Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our third online learning assembly, our last assembly before the term 2 holidays. Your online learning finished for the term yesterday. Well done to all of you for the engagement, the hard work, the adaptability, the resilience that you have been showing. Well done, children. A big thank you to your parents for the amazing support they've shown, and to our teachers, teaching assistants, and all of the KTJ staff for the excellent work that they have done providing online learning for you. It's been remarkable to see, and I am proud of you all. So congratulations and thank you. I'm pleased to say that we're joined in assembly today by Mr. Kris as well. So hello, Mr. Kris. Good to see you.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Mr. James. It's wonderful to be able to join you all for the online assembly today. I've been following Mr. James' assemblies over the last couple of weeks, and so I'm really delighted that he's been able to invite me to join in for our final one of the term. Hello to all of our students, all of our parents, and everybody who is listening in today. I know Mr. James has got some really important messages to deliver, and I'm going to come back in a short while and give a few messages of my own as well. Okay, thanks for now, Mr. James. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kris. Lovely to be joined by you this morning. As it says above me, we may be apart, but we are all connected. And the last couple of weeks or so has really brought that home to me. Whilst we're in our homes, we're separate in that way, we are connected, aren't we? We've been connected by our online learning, and we've been connected as a KTJ community, which has been really wonderful to see. So I thought I'd do a little example of that just now. So we've seen Mr. Kris already, but I'm sure there are some of the other KTJ teachers and teaching assistants who are around at the moment. And I've got a tennis ball just here. So should we have a little game of catch? Let's see how connected we are. Okay, so I'm going to throw it over here and let's see what happens. Oh, well done. Thank you, Miss Malvinda. Thank you, everybody. Great skills from a KTJ primary staff there. We didn't drop it once. Okay, so as it says above, we may be apart, but we are all connected. Okay, and it has been lovely to be connected to you in your online learning for the last couple of weeks or so. And we've got our stars of the week again today in assembly. So let's see what you've been getting up to, how you've been showing those personal goals through all of that fantastic learning that you are doing. So we are going to start with nursery, and somebody has been showing great resilience this week, and it's Rishen. It says, when distance learning started, I was a little reluctant in carrying out my activities, but now I am completing all activities assigned and I'm handing in such beautiful work. Well done, Rishan, and well done indeed. That's it, isn't it? You've learned how to do it. You've learned how to carry out those activities and get on with it at home, and you are doing such a good job. Well done, Rishan. Okay, in reception, someone showing great cooperation And that's Noah. Well done, Noah. I am star of the week this week because I have been working hard every day. I listen carefully to the instructions my teacher gives, and I complete all the tasks given to me for literacy and maths. I even do extra work at home, and I share all my hard work with my teacher. She is very proud of me. Oh, we are proud of you, Noah. Well done. Keep up the fantastic work. Good boy. Okay, in year 1, showing great adaptability, it is Esther. I have been showing amazing adaptability in all of my learning over the past few weeks. I always try my best and enjoy exploring different ways to help me understand my learning from home. I am a star. Great adaptability, Esther. Well done. And I'm so pleased that you're enjoying your learning and finding different ways to explore it and to understand it even better. Okay, so in year 2, showing adaptability, Felicia. This week I have demonstrated the personal goal of adaptability by working really hard at using various types of technology to submit my e-learning work. Fantastic, using all those different tools available to you, all those different ways that we're staying connected. I have been consistent in communicating with my teachers and keeping them up to date on how I am doing. I am a star. You are. Well done, Felicia. And also in year 2, showing great communication, we have Joshua. This week, I've been showing the personal goal of communication. I have been working hard with my online learning. I communicate daily with my teacher on how the work is going and take the feedback that I get from my teacher. I am a star. Well done, Joshua. Great work. Keeping in touch. Good communication with your teacher. Keep it up. Okay, we have in year 3, someone showing great respect and cooperation, and that's Coco. This week, I have shown the personal goals of respect and cooperation. I have supported my classmates and teacher by working with great diligence and determination to complete all my online learning tasks. Oh, fantastic. Lovely to hear you supporting other people as well. I have cooperated well with the feedback that I have received in order to improve my work while showing respect to my friends with kind and thoughtful comments. Oh, what lovely words there. Well done, Coco. I am a star, it says, and you are a good girl. Keep it up. In year 3, showing great resilience, it is Benjamin, Jaron, Mario, Anakia, Shazlin, and Shamil here. Well done. This group in Miss Jane's class, it says we have fully embraced using online learning for our schoolwork, completing all the assignments and projects set with enthusiasm and perseverance. Great traits to have. Enthusiasm and perseverance, not giving up, keeping on going. We are resilient stars. Well done. In year 4, showing adaptability and thoughtfulness, we have Sarah. Well done, Sarah. It says, this week I have shown the personal goal of adaptability and thoughtfulness. I have worked really hard, adjusting to my new way of learning, and I'm now confident with my new skills. Fantastic to hear. I have thought carefully about the work that I am producing, listening to the feedback given and acting upon it. As a result, I have produced a great piece of persuasive writing, using some amazing language. I know, Sarah. Well done. Great work. Okay, in year 4 as well, showing resilience and showing cooperation, it's Olan. This week, I have shown the personal goal of resilience. At times, it was difficult to log on to Zoom to meet because the network was not stable. But I have shown a great attitude at all times. I have also shown great cooperation skills when reading with my peers and offering excellent suggestions and answers for the text we were reading. I am a star. Yeah, we're all getting better at online learning, aren't we? We're all getting more used to all this technology. But sometimes if you have internet problems like Olan had here and the network wasn't stable, it can cause some issues, can't it? And you've got to show resilience at those times. Don't let that get you down. Keep on going. Lovely to hear. Well done, Olan. And in year 5, showing great communication skills, it is Sophia. This week, I have worked diligently to communicate my ideas in all subjects. I have challenged myself to complete my online activities to a very high standard, and communicated clearly and respectfully on online forums. Well done, Sophia. There's some great communication going on there as you stay connected with your class and your teacher and your learning. Keep it up. Okay, and in year 5, also showing great communication and adaptability, it's Vivian. Congratulations, Vivian, this week for showing the personal goals of communication and adaptability. Vivian has shown great skills in communicating online these past few weeks, asking thoughtful questions, being regularly present on the Google Classroom, and often responding to his classmates' queries. Brilliant. He has shown adaptability in his lessons by always being on time with his learning and organising his day well in order to finish the tasks. This is what we want to hear. He has responded well to feedback and makes every effort in all tasks assigned to him. Well done, Vivian. That's absolutely brilliant. Keep it up. Good boy. Okay, and in year 6 now, showing great resilience, we have Chanel. Well done, Chanel. Throughout our distance learning period, I have been consistently working through challenges and my work has been improving. Good to hear. As I get used to a new learning style. That's it. As you're getting used to it, you're putting the effort in, you're going to improve, aren't you? Good boy. By working hard, I show I am capable of high quality work. And that's great when we see high quality work online. It's fantastic to see. And we've got some of that to show you in a couple of minutes. Okay, and also in year 6, our last star of the week for this week, showing communication and inquiry, it's Yi-Won. It says, this week I have demonstrated the personal goals of communication and inquiry. I used my inquiry skills to research facts and details about my favorite planet in our solar system, which is Saturn, and then communicated the information clearly in the explanation text I wrote as part of my distance learning. I am a star. Researching, using inquiry, finding out about it. Really well done. And we can see what Yi-Won was able to produce from all of that research. Here, Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. Use some great technical language in here, giving some really good rationale for why Saturn is your favorite planet. Lots of detail about Saturn's rings. A super piece of work. Well done. And I thought it'd be nice to share some more beautiful work that we've been seeing online because you have been doing such a good job. So let's take a minute to have a look. So that was a lovely video put together by Ms. Toria, compiled from the work that you've been sending in. And I've got some more examples of work that you've been sending in or your teachers have shared with me as well, because they're so proud of what you are doing. So I thought it'd be nice to have a look at this. We've got, first of all, some of our nursery children here, our youngest children in the school, doing such a good job with their learning, and not so much on the computer, but taking the ideas that Miss Simone has given on the computer and all the different activities that she's been structuring for the children, and then doing your work with great support from your parents as well. And we really thank you for that, parents. I know you're putting a lot of work in with our youngest children, so much appreciated. We've got some beautiful work here, haven't we? Some beautiful artwork, some great maths work. I can see some sorting going on here. A lovely Easter egg that's been made for your topic work. A rocket looks absolutely fantastic. Likewise, in reception, amazing work going on. Look, we've got some science work there. We've got some English literacy work, some maths work, doing a super job in reception. I know Miss Haley's very proud of you, so keep up the good work. Looking into Key Stage 1. Wow, look what's going on in Key Stage 1. Again, we've got some lovely science work, some classification work going on there. We've got work on literacy, linking to animals in year 2, some fantastic work, and we can see what a good effort the children are putting in. So well done to all of you. Okay, so we go into year 3 and 4, and we've got some amazing work going on here. I can see some science work there. Abhijit doing parts of the flower, different labels, really good scientific language. We've got Anaga there with her work on the Thai festival we talked about in Star of a Week last week. We've got some great work on Japan, some super facts there, and a story with some amazing description. And we've got a fabulous piece of persuasive writing there, Zoos, A Life in Captivity, persuading us against zoos in this one. That's this child's opinion, and they have put it across really clearly for us. So great work in year 3 and 4. And then in year 5 just now, some amazing work on animals going on in year 5, and some great presentation of that work, as well as you've researched and presented about the different animals of Malaysia. And I know you've been linking that to your science work as well. We've got life cycles going on and some beautiful artwork there as well. And we've got children presenting their work as websites or as infographics, or some beautiful hand drawing there as well. Well done, year 5. And year 6 have been doing some super work. You've been doing all about the water cycle. We've got some lovely presentations there, and about science, about the parts of the brain, or about blood. We've even got some blood haikus there. Red blood cells carries oxygen. It transports waste to your lungs. Waste would be breathed out. Or plasma. This liquid substance carries all types of blood cells throughout the body. So you've got your haiku syllable structure going on there. More information about which planet you think is best. Somebody thinks that Neptune is the best and is given a very good explanation as to why. And the parts of the brain was a beautiful presentation. I think, Emily, you did that one, and you linked on all those different parts of the presentation to different aspects of the brain. And we've got some lovely work going on here as well. We've got short multiplication work presented beautifully just here. I really like this use of Pictochart to do your explanation of short multiplication. It was Nashwa who did the respiratory system. Really nice diagram there. We've got some beautiful artwork at the bottom, and jobs of the sensory and motor neurons there as well. Some great science work going on. So well done to all of our year 6 children. You're doing yourselves proud, and we are proud of you, and we're proud of all of you, all those children whose work I showed there. And there's a lot more besides that as well, doing a really good job putting that effort in and producing high quality work. Okay, so well done you. Okay, now a small act of kindness could mean the world to someone. I think this might be a good time to get Mr. Kris in. Mr. Kris was talking about this on his video the other day. So let's get Mr. Kris to tell us a bit more. Over to you, Mr. Kris.
Thank you, Mr. James. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be able to join you on our online assembly. First time that I've done one of these, so a slightly surreal experience, but hopefully we can deliver some good messages today. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you was about something I mentioned in one of my online videos last week. And I talked about how a small act of kindness could mean the world to somebody. And one of the things that I asked children to do was to send in examples or information to the school about how they're being kind and how they're being helpful at home. And it was honestly, it was so good to see so many children sending activities in, sending examples about how they've been helping at home. I mentioned again in one of my other previous videos, there were children who were helping set the table, who were helping clean, who were helping their parents around the house, they're helping their brothers and sisters. And that's something I wanted to just talk about this morning for a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to move on my slide. I'm going to have to move myself perhaps over here. And one of the things which I wanted to do is perhaps just give you a few ideas, some practical examples about how you might be kind or how you might be helpful at home. Okay, so as you can see, there are 5 different photographs here of children helping around the house in various different ways. So one of the things that you can do is you can be helpful with looking after your house and some tasks and some chores and some jobs around the house. Now, these won't take ages to do. They will often take just a few minutes, but like we mentioned on that previous slide, is that you sort of being kind won't take very much, but it could really mean a great deal to your parents, or to your brothers and sisters, or other grown-ups who might be staying with you. So please do think about some of the ways in which you can get involved. So if we have a look, it might be that you're keeping your apartment or keeping your house clean and tidy. You might do that in combination with your brothers or sisters. It might be that you want to help with the cooking. And I know that lots of our older students in Key Stage 2 have taken this opportunity to develop some really good life skills in learning and helping to prepare food and cook food. I've certainly seen lots of examples of that over the last couple of weeks. So please do so. If you're going to do that, then do make sure that you're working with your grown-up and your grown-up is supervising you. We want to do that in a safe way. So particularly if you're having to use things like knives or a cooker or things which are really hot. So please do that and feel free, but make sure that you're doing it with an adult, okay? And it'll be a really nice way of you actually spending some sort of good quality time away from the screen, away from your laptop and tablets. So please do have a go at that. But there are other ways as well. In the middle, you can see a couple of children playing nicely. So actually just being kind to your brothers and sisters is going to be a really nice thing. Playing nicely, inviting each other to join in different games, just having a conversation to see how your brother and sister are. I know it might not be the thing that you always want to do with your brother and sister, but it's a really kind and nice thing to do. And I know that your parents will find things so much easier, and you will find it easier if you're getting along with everybody. Similarly, it might be that you want to do some washing up or some drying up at home with your parents after meal times. And finally, in the bottom corner, just over here, please make sure that you keep your bedroom tidy. It's really important that if you're going to be spending a lot of time in your house, is that you keep it looking nice and clean and fresh and tidy. It will make you feel better. It will make everybody feel better. So yeah, please make sure that you're doing that to the best of your ability. And you don't have to do all of these, but just by doing 1 or 2 of these every single day, that will make a huge difference. I know it will, to your parents and to your brothers and sisters. However, it doesn't have to be a physical act. So it doesn't have to be cleaning. It doesn't have to be doing the cooking or something like that. I wanted to talk about our golden rules and how these link quite nicely with our sort of theme of trying to be kind to each other. Now, one of the things that we all do at school is we try to make sure that we abide by our golden rules. So we are gentle, we are kind and helpful, and we listen to our teachers and our teaching assistants and all the staff, and we listen to each other. We're honest and work hard, and we look after property. So it might be that you are trying as best as you can to follow those golden rules at home, and they might be slightly different in application at home, but I think they still ring very true, and they would be a really good guide for you to follow at home. So do make sure you're being kind and helpful and gentle. Make sure you're listening to everybody and making sure that everybody's got an opportunity to speak. Making sure you're being honest and you're working hard. When you are doing those things, making sure you're looking after your property and your rooms and your space, because it really will make a huge difference. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. I know that sometimes just going up and making sure that your parents feel appreciated, giving them a thank you or a hug or a nice smile it will actually mean the world to them. So please make sure you do that. Okay, now I know you all will, and I look forward to hearing stories about that. If you take any videos or photographs and you'd like to send them in to Miss Victoria, then please do as well. Okay, right, back to you, Mr. James.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kris. Okay, so let's be kind to one another. Let's make sure that we're being helpful and we're doing our bit. Something else that I would really like to see you all doing during the holiday is using your imagination. Okay, so there's been a lot of time on screen and it's been very helpful for our online learning, but you also need time off screen as well. And I think the holidays would be a lovely time to have some more time off screen as well, do some other different type of activities. And I've put 2 competitions out. So these are on Google Classroom and on your Seesaw as well. And the first one is for our early years and our Key Stage 1 children. And it links to the 4 books that I read over the last couple of weeks. Stanley Stick, Use Your Imagination, Cave Baby, and Mungo and the Dinosaur Island. And all of those books have something in common. They are all about using your imagination, escaping to another place, pretending that something ordinary is something extraordinary, or doing some amazing paintings like Cave Baby did in the cave, getting involved in a book like the Rabbit and Mungo in their stories. So can you use your imagination and create a wonderful picture, a fantastic story, or an amazing model? It can be about anything you imagine. Okay, so use the stories as inspiration. Maybe you want to do a painting like Cave Baby. Maybe you want to turn something into something else like Stanley did with his stick. Okay, so the competition deadline is the 24th of April. We'd love you to take part. You don't have to, but it's a really nice opportunity over the holidays. And as our movement control order is still in place until the 14th of April at least, I think it's a good opportunity to do something creative. So there's information on the posters that have gone out onto your Google Classroom and to your Seesaw. And that first one is for early years and Key Stage 1. So share with us what you've done onto Seesaw, onto Google Classroom, or again, you can email Miss Victoria and she'll look after all of those entries for me until we get back after holidays and we can have a look and see how you've got on. Okay. And also, we've got competitions for Key Stage 2 as well. So we've got a Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone competition. Okay, so I've been reading that book. I've put the link to these onto your Google Classroom and onto your Seesaw as well. But we've got a Be Creative competition. Be creative, be inspired, make it magical. So it could be a drawing, a painting, a model, a story. The sky is the limit. The only rule is that it's got to link to the story of Harry Potter. Okay, and that deadline is also the 24th of April. So you've got the holidays and then the first week back after the holidays to do the competitions. And then I thought this would be a really nice competition as well for Key Stage 2. So our early years have been listening to the stories about using your imagination, and they've all been picture books. Now, we don't know at the moment how long the online learning is going to go on to. We know it's been up until the holidays, but there's a possibility it will carry on. It will depend on what the government say and the advice that we get. Okay, so if we're continuing with our online learning after the holidays, I would love to be able to read some picture books that some of our Key Stage 2 children have made for our early years and Key Stage 1 children. I'd love to read those online. So that would be great. If we are back in school, I'm sure there's another way that we'll be able to share them. That would be lovely as well. So do take part in the competitions. We've got a picture book competition for Key Stage 2, Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone, Be Creative competition for Key Stage 2 there as well. So do take part. We'd love to see your entries. Okay, other things that you could be doing during the holidays, maybe away from your screens as well. Miss Ramante put together a lovely list here of 20 different ideas, different challenges, playing board games, doing Lego challenges, making the longest word with Scrabble, learning about a new country, putting on a fashion show, have a tea party, go on an indoor scavenger hunt. Okay, loads of really good ideas there to help keep you active during the holidays while you're inside. And here's another one which I found online on Pobble, which was lots of different ideas. Okay, so do some different building, make yourself a reading den, create a story bag, make an obstacle course, read out loud to someone, do some great sketching, keep moving, just like Mr. Dan and Mr. Josh keep telling you, keep on moving. Mr. Dan has also set a challenge, hasn't he, for making your own PE lesson based on an activity, isn't it? It's a new sport that you can invent, and I've seen some great examples of that so far already. And I know Mr. Dan has shared those on Google Classroom as well. So great job to everyone who's got involved in that so far. And if you haven't, do have a go. Lots to keep you occupied. Before we stand and sing the national anthem, I'm going to hand back over to Mr. Kris, who's going to tell us a bit about how KTJ students and how the KTJ community are helping people less fortunate than ourselves at this current time. Over to you, Mr. Kris.
Thank you again, Mr. James. Well, thank you again, children, as well. It's nice to speak to you once more. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about was, again, something which I'd mentioned on one of my videos, but I know that it's also been on some of KTJ's social media platforms as well. So you might have seen it if you've been looking on your parents' Facebook or Instagram. One of the things which the school are trying to do at the moment is we're trying to raise some funds whilst we're in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic. We're trying to raise money to provide help for people who are a little bit less fortunate for us. Okay, so those people might include people who are elderly, people who don't have as much money as ourselves, so people who don't have as much income, people who sort of lack mobility, so they're unable to get out and about the opportunities when they can. They will often rely on people delivering to them or people visiting them to help them. And whilst we're into this movement control order, it's very difficult for those people to be able to get access to those sort of vital services that they need. So one of the things which we want to do is we want to try and raise some money. And we're looking to raise around about 40,000 ringgit, which is a lot of money. So it's a lot of money, but it will go to some really worthwhile causes. The money will be distributed through a variety of different organisations. These are listed just here. So we've got the Mercy COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund, the Generasi Gemilang Urgent COVID-19 Needs Fund. We've got Charity Right Malaysia, and we've also got the Emergency Fund for NGOs affected by COVID-19. And there's a sort of really nice little slogan here, give so others can live, donate today. So there's a couple of hashtags at the bottom there. It would be amazing if you are able to donate to that. If you're able to support this charity drive, then please do. Again, it sort of links back to what we were talking about, our kindness. And whilst it doesn't have to be something physical all the time, if you are able to support this charity, to support people who aren't quite as fortunate as ourselves, and people who are in real need of support, then we would very, very much like for you to be able to do that. Okay, please do check out Facebook and Instagram and Twitter via your parents' accounts. Please speak to them about it. If you want some more information, then perhaps speak to your parents and see whether they can talk through a little bit more about where the money will be going and how it will be distributed. You can research these different websites on the internet. Okay, so please do, if you're able to. It would be great to see people getting involved in supporting that. Okay, back to you, Mr. James.
Thank you, Mr. Kris. And as Mr. Kris said, if you can donate, please do. So far, over 36,000 ringgit has been raised. So really close to that target. Looks like the school will be able to surpass that. Very generous of the KTJ community. The website link and the hashtags are there for you as well. As Mr. Kris said, if you go with your parents and check out Facebook, some of the secondary students have put out a really nice video message giving more details about the appeal as well. So do donate if you can. So please, can we all now stand to sing the Malaysian national anthem? Thank you, everybody. So as we get towards the end of our assembly now, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Kris to say his goodbyes first of all.
Thank you. Well, I just wanted to leave you with a very quick, short message, just to say a huge well done for all of your efforts over the last few weeks. Thank you as well to all of our parents, and for those of you who are watching, for all your support in helping to make this such a successful transition to online learning at home. Children, make sure you stay safe, make sure you're being kind, make sure you're being helpful, most importantly, make sure you're staying healthy as well. I hope to see as many of you as possible when we return, and hopefully that won't be too long. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, so well done again, children, for all of your hard work during our online learning for the last few weeks. Let me say on behalf of the whole of the KTJ community, take care and have a lovely holiday, everyone. Thank you again, parents, for the amazing support that you've shown. We certainly couldn't have done it without you. We hope you are able to have a break over the holiday. We'll see you on the 20th of April, whether that be in school or whether that be online. We will be there and looking forward to seeing you. Okay, so have a lovely break, everyone. Take care. Bye now.